Have you ever been in a situation where you are asking for something from the universe, or you're praying for something, or you're just desiring something so deeply, and you're working at it, and it's not coming to you? It's probably right in front of you, but you just don't see it. And why you don't see it is that you're so self-directed in one area that all of your energy might be going into that one area that you actually would be overwhelmed with what is right in front of you. So you might get bits and pieces of it and not even recognize it. Let me give you an example. Love. Some of us just want love so deeply, so badly, but we're looking for the great love of our lives. We have all of these expectations in front of us. We have all of these standards that we are holding a candle to. And when we are holding that candle up to those standards, anything outside of that glow of that candle is not going to work for us. And so all of that trying and all of the crying and all of the effort that we put into it, we start to go down, down, down. And we start to lose hope, and we start to have lower standards, and we don't try as hard. One day we wake up and maybe we're not trying at all, and now we have no standards. And with no standards comes very low boundaries, and we just don't care about much anymore. But we don't realize it. We still think that that everlasting love is in front of us. I want you for a second to just do this quick visual meditation with me. I want you to imagine that you are under a beautiful large tree. This tree can be in any landscape that you want. It can be as big of a tree as you wish. But you're sitting underneath of this tree and you're feeling the earth underneath of you. You put your hands down on the earth and you can feel the coolness of the soil, of the leaves, of the moss, and you can feel the firmness of that tree on your back. You can feel the bark. And I want you to imagine that you look upward and you see the branches and the leaves, and there might be other trees around, or it might be an open pasture or an open field. And as you look up, you see this beautiful sky. And as you are looking at that beautiful sky through the trees, you're also hearing beautiful running water near you, and you're realizing that right there, you have everything that you need. And I want you to imagine in this moment, as you're breathing deeply, that right now, in that moment, in that visualization, you have everything that you need. You have food, you have water, you have air, you have earth. Right now, in that moment, you are completely safe. You're so safe and you're so comfortable, you desire nothing else. You feel completely relaxed. You feel the heaviness of the earth. You feel the gravitational pull pulling you downward. And you look up and you see that expansive sky. And in that moment, there is nothing that could make you feel ill, unwell, tired, or less than. I want you to breathe into the awareness. Sometimes we're asking for something that really doesn't serve us. And sometimes the blocks that we have are absolutely protecting us. And sometimes what we want is, in fact, right in front of us, but we can't see it. Because we've been so focused on it that we become overwhelmed. And when we are in overwhelm, we shut down. And when we shut down, we tend to push back. And we push away, and we isolate. So for a moment, I want you to imagine that everything that you want is actually right in front of you. You could reach out and touch it. It might be love, it might be financial success, it might be health. Whatever it is may be right in front of you, but you might have been overwhelmed. And there might be blocks coming from trauma, sadness. And as you begin to push away the blocks and stay in comfort, you are then in a place of peace. And in this place of peace, there is not overwhelm. The sky is limitless, and you realize that you are limitless. When you look up and see the limitless sky, you are feeling grounded. If we go very slowly, if we take small steps towards our goals, we will get to that end result, or the result that is meant for us, so much quicker. So instead of looking, for instance, for the great big love of your life, instead, honor the friendships that are near you. Focus on that love. Focus on the love of family, of friends, of the greater good. The more you practice love, the easier love can come to you. The more you practice success, the easier success will come to you. Because it's already there, you just don't know how to get to it. And so in reaching a silence within you, and understanding that when you look at the sky and when you feel nature around you, you are one with nature. And everything goes in increments. The season doesn't happen all at once, it takes its time. The sun doesn't rise and set in a second. There's a rotation. There's a cycle. Everything has a rhythm. And if you're trying to break out of the natural rhythm that is DNA infused within you, you will be frustrated. You will be anxious or depressed or in some way overwhelmed. If you focus too much on any one area of your life, sacrificing the other areas of your life, sacrificing yourself, you will become burned out because it's too much energy in one area. So taking that energy and imagining that you have that energy in your hands. Imagine it just like a butterfly. The energy opens and comes back in, and opens and comes back in. Like an ocean wave, like a butterfly wing, like your very being. Rather than reaching for the ultimate goal and focusing on what you can have right now all at once, start to determine what specific energy or goal is most important to you in this moment that you might be able to control and attain. In other words, I want you to think about what button can you push or what gate can you open to get to where you need to be. Don't focus on the big goal. Have that all the way on the outside. So if you're looking up at the tree, that big goal is all the way up in the sky. If you're focusing on the earth, that big goal is deep underneath of you. We all know that the brain and the mind can only handle so much at any given time. But what if that's wrong? What if what you should be doing is focusing on the here and now and taking whatever you can attain in the here and now and whatever you can control in the here and now and enjoy the here and now? What would happen to that big goal if every minute of every day you're happier? How much easier would that big goal be? How much more could you love your life and open up to the energy that's right in front of you? We can channel the appropriate amount of energy that we need to reach the goals and desires that we have for ourselves. We can move out of being burned out. We can move out of feeling small. We can stand in our limitless potential right now. You are worth it. Knowing the essence of your true energy is incredibly important and beautiful. And knowing the essence and understanding that your limits and blocks are not always negative things. Let's go back to understanding that the blocks that we have might not be negative things. They might be very protective. They might be very comforting. I hear so many times people talking about removing the blocks, opening up the blocks. Your chakras are blocked. Your emotions are blocked. You're shut down. And people say these things to each other in such a derogatory, hateful way. And the reality is that whatever blocks you might have might be serving you. And they might be helping you to attain the small goals in front of you or the small moments of life that you can honor. But because everyone's been talking about how you should be this or you should be that, you're feeling even more blocked and even more down on yourself. So don't worry about the blocks. Worry about this moment right now as you are, whatever openness that you have, whatever limitlessness that you are allowing yourself to experience, and enjoy it. And as you continue to enjoy your life, you're going to open up and you're going to be happier and you're going to remove the feeling of doing too much. It'll be easier to say no when you need to say no, when you're honoring how you feel in the here and now. You're going to feel physically healthier, mentally more empowered, more emotionally resilient, and more spiritually grounded. Overall, you're going to feel happier. And when you're in a place of happiness, you're also more creative. And when you're more creative, you have the ability to see what's in front of you. Now, those of you who are artists or musicians or in some way creative, understand that it's not that type of creativity. It's an emotional, spiritual creativity that helps you see the divinity in front of you and helps you to understand that there's already a divinity within you. And that divinity, like a flame, ignites your soul, and you are in awe of your entire life and the world around you. And pretty soon, the goals and dreams and all of those desires that you've had are already right in front of you because you've naturally dissolved the blocks that don't serve you purpose, and the blocks that are there, creating the boundaries, are comforting and protecting you. Take this moment right now, sitting underneath of that beautiful tree, to look up at the sky and feel the earth and know that you are divinity. and that everything that you truly want is within reach. Because you are worthy, you are gold.